I'm just out for a bit of a run this morning. Kind of checking if I've got over that knee injury from last week. Well, from a few weeks ago. Wasn't so bad last week, but taken like basically another week off from running. Feels perfectly fine this morning. Fingers crossed. Well, I was thinking, what can I do that I haven't really done before? Just around Wadebridge here. So I thought this morning, why not? Let's go and visit a couple of historical sites, I guess. So that's what I'm going to do. Still adjusting to the clock change from a couple of weeks ago. Keep waking up between 4:30 and 5. But I guess I've been going to bed like an hour earlier, so it kind of evens out. But I do need to try and start waking up at 6. Just suits my routine better, I guess, when I'm at work. Quite a nice sunrise this morning. It's nice to get out as the sun is rising. Which I guess is easier when you keep waking up an hour earlier than what you intend to. Oh, nice big puddle. I think I survived that. I'll be on my legs, but no wet feet as far as I can tell. So I remembered I saw a deer just down here in the valley the other week. Which is quite interesting. I haven't really seen deer so close to town before. Just come up out of the valley. We'll be getting to the first historical site soon, which is that stone building just there. But I'll need to go up around to it. Partridge on the road. Another partridge. So here we are. That stone is a bit illegible. This is Trevanion Culver House, which I believe is from the 13th or 14th century.
This building is a dovecote, which would have been used to farm pigeons for their meat, eggs, feathers, and excrement. This particular building is thought to be only one of 4 of its kind that remain in Cornwall, and it would have served a local lord, since only lords would have been allowed to keep pigeons during this time period.
Now heading down the hill, and then we'll arrive at site number 2. Site number 2 is, of course, the old bridge, also known as the Bridge on Wall, the bridge over the River Camel.
This bridge dates back to 1468, though it's been widened and refurbished in the years since then. The name Bridge on Wall is thought to come from a local legend where bags of wool were used to stabilize the mud in the river while the bridge was being built, though it could also just be that the bridge was built using profits from the wool trade. Prior to the building of the bridge, the town was simply known as Wade, which meant ford in Old English, and travellers would pray at chapels either side of the river before attempting to cross through it.
I guess this is what you would call the opposite of a historical site. Site that is currently under development. Continuing down this lane, there will be a left turn at some point. Then I'll head up to the main road, which will be where site number 3 is. And then site number 4 is very close by to that. Just now coming up to the main road. And this is site number 3, the 3 holes cross. So called because there are 3 holes. There was actually the beginnings of a 4th hole there, but it was never bored all the way through.
I haven't found too much information about this cross, though as you can see, 2 parts of the shaft were cemented back together where it was broken, and that was done at some point in the 19th century. The base is also a modern addition.
And site 4 will be just down the road over there. So believe it or not, this whole area is site number 4, which is known as Kelly Grounds. So what this is the remains of an Iron Age hill fort.
Occupation of this area is dated to about 3,000 years ago, with the fort itself about 2,000 years ago. The northern part is relatively well preserved, which is the area that I was running around in the video, but the southern half has unfortunately been mostly lost due to the farm that now exists there. Interestingly, this fort is a leading candidate as the court of King Arthur, known as Kellywig.
So I hope you've enjoyed this little run around a couple of historic sites around Wadebridge. I certainly think it was interesting. Probably another shorter video this week, but I need to prepare for what's coming up, and that will be a series of longer videos. So if you like the longer stuff, look forward to that, I guess. Thanks for watching today, and I will see you next time. Just as I'm coming back this way, nice view down the river there.